If you're wondering which full-frame mirrorless cameras are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. Leica Q3. This thing shoots gorgeous photos with its 28mm f1, 7-lens, and 60-megapixel sensor. But the autofocus is so bad, it thinks mailboxes and chairs are faces. I'm not kidding. It literally tried to focus on my kitchen table thinking it was a person. The leaf shutter maxes out at 1/2000th of a second, which means you're screwed in bright daylight, unless you want to carry neutral density filters everywhere, like some kind of photography pack mule. Would I buy it? Maybe, because when it works, the image quality is absolutely stunning. But for the price, you're paying premium money for amateur hour autofocus performance. Sony A7R V. The 61-megapixel beast delivers incredible image quality and has subject recognition that can spot everything from birds to your neighbor's cat. But shooting at only 10 frames per second makes it slower than my grandma texting on her flip phone. The menu system got a redesign, but it's still more confusing than trying to assemble IKEA furniture while blindfolded. And good luck reading those tiny on-screen options without squinting. Would I buy it? Yes. Despite Sony's eternal struggle with user interfaces, this camera delivers the goods when you need insane resolution, and the autofocus actually works like it's supposed to. Canon EOS R6 Mark II. This 24-megapixel workhorse can blast 40 frames per second in electronic shutter mode and has autofocus that can track aircraft, trains, and even zebras, because apparently Canon thinks we're all wildlife photographers in our spare time. The rolling shutter effect with electronic mode makes vertical lines look like they're doing the limbo, and if you want live view while shooting mechanically, you're stuck at a measly 7 frames per second. Would I buy it? Yes. It's like the Swiss Army knife of cameras, handling everything from sports to portraits without breaking a sweat. Plus, that 40 frames per second mode is just plain fun to use. Nikon Z9. This absolute unit weighs more than a small planet and can shoot 120 frames per second bursts, though those high-speed files are only 11 megapixels, so you're basically getting glorified smartphone resolution at machine gun speeds. The autofocus is solid but gets confused when multiple people are in frame. Like that time it decided to focus on a random spectator instead of the basketball player, doing a 360 dunk right in front of it. Would I buy it? Maybe, if you need a camera that doubles as a workout weight and can record 8K video until the heat death of the universe. But the size makes it about as portable as a desktop computer. Leica M11 Monochrom. This 60-megapixel black and white only camera produces the sharpest images I've ever seen because it ditched the color filter array. But you're literally paying premium prices to give up color photography forever, like some kind of artistic masochist. The manual focus rangefinder system is pure photography zen when it works, but good luck nailing focus on anything that's not dead center in your frame. Would I buy it? No. Unless you're planning to become the next Ansel Adams and have money to burn, spending this much on a camera that only shoots black and white is like buying a Ferrari that only drives in reverse. Sony A7CR. This little beast packs 61 megapixels into a body so compact you'll forget it's in your bag, making it perfect for those Instagram hiking shots where you pretend to be outdoors more than you actually are. The downside is that massive resolution comes with a buffer that chokes faster than me trying to explain why I need another camera to my wife. Plus, the viewfinder specs are more underwhelming than a soggy sandwich at this price point. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's like having a Ferrari engine in a smart car. Impressive, but you'll question your life choices when you're waiting for those raw files to process. Sony A7IV. The 33-megapixel sensor delivers more detail than your ex's passive-aggressive text messages, and the 10 frames per second burst mode will capture every moment of your subject ignoring you. However, the autofocus system is more complicated to configure than assembling IKEA furniture blindfolded, and those rear control dials are touchier than a teenager who just got grounded. Would I buy it? Yes. At $1,998. It's like getting a sports car at Honda Civic prices, even if the manual makes you want to throw it out the window. Nikon Z8. This camera shoots 20 frames per second in RAW like it's trying to compensate for something, and with no mechanical shutter, it's quieter than my neighbor's passive-aggressive notes about my music volume. The 45.7 megapixel stacked sensor is so fast, it makes other cameras look like they're moving through molasses. But you'll need to sell a kidney for those CF Express Type B cards to actually use all that speed. Would I buy it? Yes. It's basically the Z9's little brother who went to the gym and got ripped while costing less money, which is more than I can say for my actual little brother. Panasonic Lumix S5II. Finally, Panasonic ditched their weird depth from defocus autofocus system that worked about as well as a chocolate teapot and added proper phase detection that actually tracks moving subjects. The built-in fan for unlimited video recording is genius, though the in-camera image processing is so dull, it makes beige paint look exciting. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's like dating someone who's perfect on paper, but has the personality of a wet napkin. Great specs, but you'll be doing all your work in post. Nikon Z6III. The pre-capture feature that saves images from a full second before you press the shutter is like having a time machine for photography. Perfect for capturing those split-second moments when your cat actually looks at the camera. The autofocus is claimed to be 20% faster than the Z6 II, but Ken Rockwell still thinks it's poor, which is like getting a participation trophy for improvement. Would I buy it? Maybe. The 96 megapixel pixel shift mode sounds impressive until you realize you need your subject to sit still longer than a meditation retreat, making it about as useful as a screen door on a submarine for most real-world shooting. Canon EOS R5 Mark II. This beast shoots at 30 frames per second with 45 megapixels, making it faster than my X, leaving me for someone with better credit. The eye control focus is so good, it reads your mind. But good luck affording those Canon RF lenses without selling a kidney. Would I buy it? Yes. Because when you need to capture every single feather on a hummingbird while it's having an existential crisis, this camera delivers. Sony A7C II. At $2,200, this compact rangefinder-style camera delivers image quality that doesn't scream, "I'm broke," like most entry-level gear. The lack of an autofocus joystick and single SD card slot makes it feel like Sony's designers were having a bad day and decided to punish us all. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's perfect for beginners who want to look professional without the bulk, but seasoned photographers will miss those missing features like a bad breakup. Sony A9III. This speed demon with its global shutter sensor shoots so fast it makes the flash jealous, but the image quality takes a hit compared to its stacked sensor settings. It's ridiculously expensive and feels like buying a Ferrari to drive to the grocery store. Impressive, but completely overkill for most situations. Would I buy it? No. Unless you're shooting Formula 1 races or hummingbirds on cocaine, the Nikon Z8 gives you way more bang for your buck. Panasonic Lumix S1H. This chunky boy weighs over 2.5 pounds and shoots 6,000 resolution video that'll make Netflix executives weep tears of joy. The contrast-based autofocus system works about as well as a chocolate teapot in low light, and carrying this thing around feels like doing bicep curls all day. Would I buy it? Yes, if you're serious about video production and don't mind looking like you're carrying a small anvil everywhere you go. Panasonic Lumix S5II. This video-focused hybrid shoots internal 10-bit 422 and ProRes formats that make other cameras cry in shame. But it's complete overkill if you just want to take pretty pictures of your cat. The autofocus finally got phase detection, but it still can't track trains or planes like Canon and Sony can, because apparently Panasonic thinks we only film humans and basic animals. Would I buy it? Yes, for serious video creators who need professional specs without the professional price tag. But photographers should probably swipe left on this one. Canon EOS R8. This little beast packs the same 24 megapixel sensor as the R6 Mark II, but comes with a battery life so pathetic it makes your phone look like an endurance champion. We're talking about 200 photos on a good day. The autofocus is absolutely incredible and will track your subject like a stalker, but good luck finding the autofocus joystick because Canon decided to remove it, so you'll be poking the touchscreen like you're playing whack-a-mole. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's a fantastic camera if you don't mind carrying more batteries than a TV remote collector and can live without image stabilization. Canon EOS R3. This speed demon shoots at 30 frames per second without blackout, making it faster than my attention span during online meetings. But at 24 megapixels, it has less resolution than some smartphones from 2019. The eye control autofocus is so advanced it reads your mind better than your therapist, though you'll need to mortgage your house to afford those CF Express cards because regular SD cards slow this beast down to a measly 24 frames per second. Would I buy it? No. Unless I'm shooting the Olympics or have more money than sense, the price tag makes my wallet cry harder than watching Titanic. Nikon Zf. This retro beauty looks like it time-traveled from the 70s, but packs modern guts with 8 stops of image stabilization that's better than the Z8 and Z9. which is like finding out your grandpa can bench press more than you. The grip is so shallow it's basically non-existent, making it harder to hold than a greased watermelon. And that micro SD card slot feels like Nikon was trolling us. Would I buy it? Yes, it's gorgeous. Has killer autofocus that works down to -10 exposure value. And the flip-out screen finally lets me vlog without looking like a contortionist. Sony A1II. This 50-megapixel monster shoots at 30 frames per second and costs more than a decent used car. But it can literally do everything except make you coffee and pay your rent. The autofocus is so good, it could probably focus on my non-existent social life, though the menu system is more complicated than assembling IKEA furniture while blindfolded. Would I buy it? No. It's technically perfect, but costs almost double the Nikon Z8 without doing anything significantly better, making it the camera equivalent of buying a gold-plated toilet. Sony A7S III. This 12-megapixel video beast has pixels so fat they could eat smaller sensors for breakfast, delivering low-light performance that makes vampires jealous, but good luck printing anything larger than a postcard without it looking like abstract art. The viewfinder has 9.44 million dots, which is more pixels than the actual photos it takes, and it can record 4K video for hours without overheating, unlike some cameras that shall remain nameless. Would I buy it? Maybe, if you're a videographer who shoots in caves or your photography consists mainly of Instagram posts, this 12-megapixel wonder is perfect. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the full-frame mirrorless cameras for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.